I just did something big and I think you should do it too. I just deleted social media, and here's the top 3 reasons that you should do the same. Now, social media is pretty counterintuitive because you think it's making you happy when in reality it is not, and I'm going to tell you why. So here's a little bit of a story. I've been going to therapy once a week for the last year, and then before that did a lot of other therapy. But one thing I learned doing these weekly sessions over the last year is that your body reacts to things when you experience and see them. So next time you're on Snapchat, and next time you're looking at who looked at your story, or next time you're on Instagram and you are seeing someone that posted something, even though you messaged them and they haven't responded back, notice how your body feels, okay? And notice how your body feels when you're just scrolling through. And there will be a sensation somewhere in your body, might be in your head, might be in your throat, might be in your chest or whatever, and that sensation is going to tell you a lot about how you're interacting with social media. And I'm going to say 9 times out of 10, there is some sort of feeling that might correspond to jealousy, some sort of feeling that might correspond to comparison, some sort of feeling that might correspond with, why do I even try? I'm never going to look like this person. I'm never going to have that. I'm never going to be able to vacation there. All these feelings and all this stuff gets kicked up into your body and in turn into your psyche and into your brain based off this stimuli, based off these things. Think about how many times you logged on, and you should actually probably make a log too. There's another good therapy trick that says you should have a 1-to-5 ratio of bad interactions to good interactions, which means if you open up Snapchat 5 times and 4 of them are great and 1's bad, that's not bad. But I probably would go on a limb and guarantee you that your interactions with those social media platforms make you feel worse probably 50%, if not more percent of the time. And that is a lose-lose situation. What also is really interesting about deleting social media is that everyone thinks this gets to show off, social media gets to show off this unique side, it gets to show you, and you're putting yourself out there in a unique way that, only you are acting like. But there's a study where some scientists took thousands of Tinder profiles and analyzed the words and messages in them, and they found something crazy, and I can't stop thinking about it to this day. What they found was that the majority of profiles all start to look the same. And if you think about social media, if you think about Instagram and Snapchat and TikTok, you will see it all coalescing around really common themes, whether they're trending right now or really common ways to present oneself. Instagram, very photo forward, very curated, at least back in the day it was kind of very show-offy, very look at where I'm at, look at this, look at me in a physical form. And instead of making you more unique, it actually takes away our uniqueness by all making us try to be more like that popular, most like photo or video. So I thought that was crazy when I learned it, because I was like, wait, I thought social media was to show our uniqueness, right? But it's not. It's stealing our uniqueness. It's taking it away from us. It is making us all more like each other, all more wanting to be part of the tribe. Now you can say, no, I'm not, that's not me, or I'm not trying to be part of the tribe or whatever, but evolutionarily, in your brain, in your little reptile brain, you are wired to be part of the tribe. And I guarantee you, if you look at your interaction on these platforms, and you look at yourself, and if you look at how you posted and interacting with these platforms, you will see that a lot of your actions have been to be a part of a tribe. Now, it doesn't necessarily mean the tribe of jet setters. It could be your tribe of cat lovers or whatever tribe there is. You're coalescing more towards the mean of that than you are being unique in yourself. So as soon as you turn off social media, delete Snapchat, delete Instagram, one of those things, I think you're going to see your true uniqueness coming back out. You're going to do things where you don't think about what is my tribe gonna think. You're just gonna do them because you want to do it. And that is the true way to fucking find some authenticity. Like, that is wild when you start taking that off and start finding the authenticity through that, because you start to operate without this map, without this platform. You're like a pilot flying blind, but it's fun as shit. And instead of like an actual pilot that can crash and burn if you are flying blind, you're not gonna crash and burn, you're gonna find your own path. You're gonna find your own way. You're gonna find things that you like. If you're struggling to find what you like in life, these platforms have to go. Social media has to go. If you are going about on a daily basis and saying, I don't know if this decision's right, or I don't know if that decision's right, these platforms got to go. Because what it is it's interfering and putting so many other thoughts about the tribe and about validation and about all these things into your brain that really has nothing to do with what you truly want to do. It's evolutionarily clouding you with survival of the species kind of bullshit. And we don't really have that anymore that you need to worry about, or that a lot of people are worried about. They're not really worried about that, right? You're not really working on your base level of trying to procreate. That's not gonna just necessarily make you happy like it would, a millennia ago or whatever. What you are striving for is authenticity or happiness or self-realization or actualization or entertainment or whatever. And you're only gonna be able to find that through deleting these profiles, or you're going to be able to shortchange it into finding it. Another thing, if you're trying to get something done, if you're passionate about something, if you're passionate about starting a business, if you're passionate about yoga, transforming your body, whatever it is, and you're truly, truly passionate about it, not based off what something like social media told you, if you're truly, truly passionate about it, you are going to get there probably 3 times faster if you don't have these platforms. Now, look at your screen time, look at your social media usage, and just see how much time of a day that takes up. Okay, that's an easy step 1. Now, everyone says that that's easy to track. You're like, okay, I've heard that before, whatever. 20 minutes is how much I spend on Snapchat, 30 minutes how much I spend on TikTok. It all adds up to 2 hours a day. Now, that's probably really low. You probably spend way more time with that. But that's not the worst part about it. The worst part is all the thoughts that you have before and after that based off of the content. So let's just say you're only spending 3 hours a day on social media. You're probably thinking a lot about what you saw on that for an extra hour, or an extra 2 hours, or God forbid, the entire day. So all that stuff is not just the 3 hours you spend on there. There's these whole other huge amounts of time and mental energy that you put into that based off of just those couple hours or just those 15 minutes or whatever. And if you don't think I'm right, open up Instagram, open up Snapchat in the morning, shut it down, don't look at it again, and mark how many times you think about what you saw, or mark how many times you think about, Eric or whoever that you were looking at, or Megan or whoever that you were looking at on those profiles. Mark how much you think about that during those times. So if you're trying to get anything done, if you're trying to do any transformation, I've transformed multiple areas of my life a couple times, and getting clear was the number 1 way to start the transformation. And it was probably the number 2 way to sustain the transformation, is getting clear of all these extra things. And you're only gonna do that quickly and efficiently when you're off these profiles, because you're gonna have a lot more time on your hands and you're gonna have a lot more mental energy. What you're also going to notice when you delete social media is not just the time that you have, but the energy that you have. Once again, when you're scrolling through these apps, look at your body, feel your body, and feel if it's giving you energy or taking away energy. It's a very, very easy question to ask yourself, and it's a very, very easy question to answer, because you'll see, oh, this is giving me energy, or this is taking away energy. And when you really, really notice it in your body, in your mind, how the energy's going, I guarantee you the energy flow is probably going to be taking away. It's going to be taking away energy and not giving you energy. You think it's helping you relax. It's not helping you relax. It is almost hooking you into just a steady state of suboptimal performance. It's almost like hooking yourself up, right, to like the Matrix, right? I know everyone uses that example. It's like hooking you up, and then you're just in the steady state of just low level, limbo, if you will, of not really getting anything done. It's almost like you're freezing yourself right in time, and you're making no progress up at all. So that is one amazing way to tell if that's serving you or not. Another thing about all this is that not only will you be more productive, not only will you know what you want more, you're actually going to have way more time and space in your day to be bored. Now, boredom is a crazy, crazy thing. I gotta take a sip of coffee for this because this is a lot. I went through a little body transformation and lost 35 pounds over COVID. I put on a lot of it back on, so that's for a different video. But the boredom of when you are going through a transformation is the toughest part, I think. If you're stopping drinking, the boredom's the toughest part. If you're getting off social media, the boredom's the toughest part. If you're doing a body transformation, the boredom's the toughest part because you're not out eating and drinking and blah, blah, blah. Boredom for any transformation, or starting a business, the boredom's the hardest part. Boredom is the toughest part. Now, if you get off social media, you're going to have a whole different relationship with boredom than you did before. Now, most times people can't tolerate boredom, which is why we're on social media, which is why we don't have the bodies we want to, which is why we can't stick with the diet, which is why we can't start the business or whatever, because we're used to filling up our time so quickly. And I'm sure you've heard this before, but your relationship to boredom when you get rid of social media is going to be wildly different. And you're going to find that you're going to be able to tolerate boredom way more easily than you ever thought possible. It might be a shock to your system for a second. You might have a withdrawal process. You might have this, you might have that, but you will have a different relationship with boredom, and it's not just going to be a benefit in your life in the short term. It's going to benefit everything else in your life. If you can tolerate boredom, it's going to allow you so much broader range of skill in order to do anything you want to. If you want to change your body, if you want to develop a new friendship, if you want to develop a new habit, having that new relationship with boredom is going to be insane. It's going to be so, so helpful. I think that alone is worth deleting these apps. And it's going to help you really, I think, for the first time, maybe in a long time, if you grew up with these apps, I think it's going to help you find a sense of peace that you might not know you had. It's going to allow your brain to unravel. It's going to take a second because your brain's so tight and so thinking about it, and it's all balled up thinking about all these things all the time because you're pumping it with so much stimuli. It's going to take a second to unravel. But once you do, I think you're going to find a peace that you've never had before. And I think it's going to be really, really awesome. So if you want some advice on this, not that I have much more experience than you do, but if you want some advice on this or just want to reach out and say, hey, I deleted social media, let me know. I think that'd be super cool to hear from people that did. I would love to hear your experience too. And then maybe that will help me get some more information and some more insights to put into videos like this. You can reach out, swclarkes@gmail.com. You can reach out on Instagram, but I don't have that right now. It'd be really funny if you reach out on a social media platform when you're talking about deleting social media. But there are definitely different levels of triggers for people. So Instagram might trigger you, might not trigger me. It does trigger me though, so I had to get rid of it. But like Snapchat might trigger me and not trigger you. TikTok might be where you have your business. So there are different levels of this. This is not necessarily a one size fits all, but I would definitely start with looking at the places you spend the most amount of time and just seeing what happens there. It's also gonna be wild to see the people that reach out to you and keep up with you, and I think that those people are the real ones. Those ones are your true friends. Those are the people that are actually thinking about you without you interrupt marketing them. There's something called interruption marketing, which is like ads and paid traffic and stuff like that, where you interrupt someone to get your marketing across. And all these things are kind of like interruption marketing. And when you take that interruption marketing away, to see who's really thinking about you, to see who's really reaching out still and keeping you in their mind is going to be wild, because it's probably not going to be the people you think it is. And it might hurt your feelings, might make you a little sad, but I think you will see who is really your true friends. And there's going to be a lot less communication, and the real people, the real ones, are going to kind of rise to the top. And it's going to be a huge, game-changing, life-changing experience. You can do this if you're 18, you can do this if you're 16, you can do this if you're 30, 50, 60. All these comparison and traps of joy doesn't really matter what age you are with this. You can be any age and experience these comparisons, these coalescing around what the tribe wants to do. You know, you will always be part of some tribe, and being so privy to what they're doing can really take away your joy at any age. And you will still, once again, see who is the people that are thinking about you most, because they'll reach out. People know how to get in touch with you. If they wanted to, they will. And you're going to have this amazing unfurling of your brain, and you're going to have a lot of insights. I would love to hear some of the insights that you came away with when you did stop social media. If you do, drop them in the comments.